Hello, friends, and welcome to Let's Find Out About It. I hope you had an amazing time reading with Miss Jamie. I saw you all were helping her retell the story and helping her remember everything that happened last time we read. So you all did a very good job with that. Now, I remember last time in Let's Find Out About It with Miss Jalen, you all talked about weight and how you can weigh a baby. I also remember you all talking about how Jumpstart friends are heavier than babies because as we grow older, we gain more weight. So I, a Jumpstart friend, will weigh more than Peter's sister Susie because I am older and I'm no longer a baby. Now today, we're going to talk about another form of measurement. We're going to talk about how you can measure the length of something or how long something is. Now, just like babies need a special scale at the doctor's office to be weighed, they also cannot be measured the same way as we are. I know sometimes when I go to the doctor's office, they make me stand up against the wall with my back very straight, and they drop this thing onto my head. And once the doctor looks at my height, they will see that I'm 5 feet 2 inches. But I know babies cannot stand on their feet. They are not old enough to stand on their feet yet, so they need a special type of way that their height or their length can be measured. And so doctors have a special tool just like they have a special scale. And this special tool is called a tape measure. So right here I have an example of a tape measure, and we are going to explore this some more, friends. Are you ready? Okay. So if you look very closely at my tape measure, you will see that there are numbers on it. Friends, can you see the numbers on my tape measure? Yep. Okay. So these numbers on the tape measure show the length of something. So I know if I was measuring something, I would unroll my tape measure and hold it to the side of something, and the numbers will tell me the length or how long it is. So, I know a tape measure has a very weird name. It has the word tape in it. And this right here is not tape. It's not sticky on either side. We don't use it to hold things together. But I know that a tape measure gets its name because of how it looks. Now look at this, friends. I know when you look at a roll of tape, it is wound up in circles. And when you want to use it, you have to unroll it and break off that piece. Just like our tape measure is rolled up in circles, just like this. And when we want to use it, we have to unroll it and use that piece that we want to use. So as we unroll it, we can see here we have 1 inch, a form of how we measure length, an inch. We have 1 inch, 2 inches, 3, 4, and it continues to go on as we unroll it. So friends, that is how a tape measure gets its name. Now that we understand what a tape measure is, I'm going to show you how you can use one. Are you prepared? Are you ready to learn how you can use a tape measure? Let me see some thumbs up if you're ready to learn how to use a tape measure. So last time I know Miss Jalen used her baby doll to show you how you can weigh or figure out how heavy something is. So now this time I'm going to use my baby doll to show you how you can use a tape measure to figure out the length of a baby, just like the doctor does at the doctor's office. So let me go get my baby, friends. Give me 1 second to get my baby doll. Okay. It's a little chilly outside. It's a little cold, so I decided to wrap my baby doll up in a blanket to keep it warm. But we're going to have to take this blanket off so we can measure its length. So I'm going to unwrap my baby doll. And here's my baby doll right here, friends. Would you like to wave hi to my baby doll? Yes. So my baby doll looks very surprised that we are going to measure him. See, his eyes are very wide. His mouth is open. It looks like my baby doll is saying, "What? You're going to measure me?" So maybe he's a little excited as well. Do you think my baby doll is excited to be measured? Yeah, I think so too. So friends, I'm going to show you how I measure my baby doll. You want to take the very start of your tape measure where you see 1 at, and you want to hold it to the top of the baby. So now that we have the top of the tape measure lined up with the top of the baby doll, we're going to pull it down all the way to the end. Now I see that my tape measure is filling the complete length of my baby doll. Now, these numbers show me the length. They tell me how many inches it is. So I have to find the number that is at the bottom of my baby doll. Friends, can you help me do that? I'm going to hold my baby doll close to the camera, and I want you all to tell me what is the last number that covers my baby doll. Can you see what that number is, friends? What is this number right here? Yes, that is an 11. The last number on my baby doll is an 11, so that tells me my baby doll is 11 inches long. That is the length of my baby doll. Now, I can also hold it up like this for you all to see if that'll help. So if I lay my baby doll sideways like this, all the way to the 11 is going to be the length of my baby doll. Alright friends, so right here I have a pipe cleaner, and I've made it to be the same length as our baby doll when it is straight. So who remembers how many inches our baby doll was? This baby doll right here. How many inches was our baby doll? Yes, so I remember when we measured our baby doll with the tape measurer, our tape measure stopped at about 11 inches. So that means our baby doll is 11 inches. And if this pipe cleaner is the same length as the baby doll, it is also 11 inches long. So let's hold this up to the side of the baby doll to see if they are the same length. So I'm going to start the pipe cleaner at the very top. I'm going to hold the pipe cleaner to the very top of the box, just like we did with the tape measure, so we get an accurate length. And then I'm going to take it to the bottom. And the pipe cleaner doesn't want to stay that straight, but I see when I pull it down straight, our pipe cleaner is about the same length as our baby doll. And even though our pipe cleaner does not have numbers on it and cannot tell us how many inches it is, we held it up to the box and it was the same length. So we know that our pipe cleaner is 11 inches. So now that we know this pipe cleaner is 11 inches, we can hold it up to other objects and estimate or take a guess about how long we think those other objects are. So friends, would you all like to know something very, very cool? Yes, you would? Okay, so when Miss Khaleesa was first born, when I was a newborn baby, just like baby Susie, I was only a little bit taller than this pipe cleaner. I was not 11 inches, but I was a little bit taller. I was a little bit more inches than just 11. So we'll use this pipe cleaner. We'll say it's about the same length as I was as a baby. So if I hold this pipe cleaner next to me, do you think me, Miss Khaleesa, will be taller or shorter than this pipe cleaner? What do you think? Okay, so let's find out. I'm going to hold this pipe cleaner to about the top of my head, and I'm just going to let it fall down straight. So we got it to about the top of my head, and I'm letting it fall down straight. Okay, friends, am I taller or shorter than this pipe cleaner? Yes, Miss Khaleesa is taller than the pipe cleaner. The pipe cleaner does not go from my head all the way to my toes. It stops at about my shoulders. So that's how we can tell I'm taller than this pipe cleaner. But when I was born, if I was about the size of this pipe cleaner, that means I have grown so much, friends, doesn't it? Yeah, because if I was only about this long when I was a baby, but now I'm 5 feet and 2 inches long, that means I have grown so much since I was a baby.
Hello friends, my name's Miss Vanessa, and today we're going to do a super fun activity where we're going to measure how tall we are. Now, before we get started, all you're going to need is some string, and you'll also need an object. Now, today I'm going to use a stuffed animal. I'm going to use this lion right here, but you can use a doll you have at home or a stuffed animal, or you could use a family member or a friend, and you're going to measure each other, okay? Now, this week we read Peter's chair. And as you can see, Peter's a pretty big boy now. And right here, this is when Peter was a little baby. Now, do you think Peter is bigger or the same size as he was when he was a baby? Why do you think that? Well, I think that Peter is a big boy now, and he is bigger than when he was a baby. Now, another question I have is, do you think Peter could still fit in the baby cradle? As we can see right here, Peter's new baby sister is in his old cradle. Do you think that Peter, all grown up now, could fit in the cradle? Peter's a big boy now, and I don't think that he could fit in the cradle. Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna measure ourselves. Now, since my piece of string isn't too big, I'm gonna measure my arm and see how big it is. You can measure your arm with me, or you can measure your leg, or your hand, or you can measure your whole body. But as you can see, my hand's pretty long. So this is how long my hand is. My arm is. Did you measure? What did you measure? Do you think it's longer or shorter than the length of my arm? Now again, you can see that my arm is pretty long. Do you think what you measured is longer or shorter? If you measured your arm, do you think it would be the same length as mine? Why do you think that? Now, I am going to measure my object next from up here, from his nose, right down here. What are you measuring? Let's see how long this lion is. It's not too long. Now, do you think the lion's longer than the length of my arm? Do you think my arm is longer than the lion, or do you think the lion's longer than my arm? I think my arm's longer, just because it took up mostly the whole string, and the lion's just taken up a little part of it. What did you measure? Do you think it's longer or shorter than what you measured before? Why do you think that? As you can see, when we're measuring different things and different objects, they can be different sizes, and they can be either bigger or smaller than us or other objects. It just depends on the object itself and us. Because as we grow up and get stronger and bigger, we're going to start to not fit into as much as we did before, just like Peter and his cradle, his high chair, and his baby chair. Now, thank you so much for being such good listeners today, and have fun.
Okay, friends, so now that you were back from small group with Miss Vanessa, we have one more activity we are going to do before we break off into center time. So, I have a couple images with me. I have pictures of animals and also some people. And I'm going to put two pictures up on the screen at the same time. And I want you to tell me which image is taller and which image is shorter, okay? So I'm going to point at the image and you're going to say shorter or taller. Then I'm going to point at the second one and you're going to say shorter or taller. Okay, so remember, friends, you were going to tell me if this image is shorter or taller than the other picture on the screen, okay? So for our first pictures, we have a crocodile and we have a bear. Now, is this crocodile shorter or taller than the bear? Yes, that crocodile is shorter than the bear. Now, is the bear shorter or taller than the crocodile? Yes, our bear is taller than the crocodile. All right, our next image. We have a giraffe and Miss Khalees. Now, is this giraffe shorter or taller than Miss Khalees? Yes, the giraffe is a lot taller than Miss Khalees. Now, is Miss Khalees shorter or taller than the giraffe? Yes, Miss Khalees is a lot shorter than the giraffe. For our next two pictures, we have an elephant and a raccoon. Now, is a raccoon shorter or taller than the elephant? Yes, our raccoon is shorter than the elephant. Is our elephant shorter or taller than the raccoon? Yes, our elephant is taller than the raccoon. Now we have our last one. Friends, are you ready for the last one? Okay, so we have an ostrich and we have a hen. These are two types of birds, two different types of birds. So, is the ostrich shorter or taller than the hen? Yes, the ostrich is taller. Is the hen shorter or taller than the ostrich? Yes, the hen is shorter. And would you all like to know a cool fact? An ostrich is the tallest bird in the world. So there's not going to be any bird that is taller than our ostrich. Okay, friends, thank you for doing that activity with me, and thank you for coming to Let's Find Out About It. I had a lot of fun talking to you all today and going through these different activities. Now, it is time for center time. So I will see you later, friends.